Well, hello. Welcome to this next segment of sharing information regarding the life of our parish societies here at St. Cecilia. As we're here being socially distant from one another, I'm going to ask the society heads now to remove their masks so that we might be able to talk to you without being encumbered by the masks, since we're socially distant from one another. You know, in our first segment, we shared with you some of the activities that we were planning and the status of our societies from the time of the fall up until the beginning of the new year. And now that the new year has already come to us, we thought that this would be a wonderful opportunity now to update for you some of the things that we're thinking about in the societies, the St. Monica Guild, the Rosary Society, the Men's Society, so that with the sharing of this information that you might know of some of the ideas and some of the things that we have scheduled for the upcoming months. So you don't want to listen to the pastor talk all the time, so how about if I ask our society heads to share some things. And first, I'm going to ask Pat Zayak, who is the president of the St. Monica Guild, very active organization here at St. Cecilia's, comprising of a number of women. And so, Pat, maybe you can share with us some things that are going to be taking place shortly.
Hi, everyone. My nose is cold, so just... My mask usually keeps warm. I just wanted to recap what we did in 2020. We collected food for Hope House. We collected over 200 pounds of food, and that was donated to Hope House. We collected gift cards and items that the boys at St. Peter's needed. We collected over $900 in gift cards and about 2 or 3 or 4 bags of odds and end things that they requested. The gift cards were purchased from the office for Divine Mercy, so we kind of killed 2 bags with 2 things with 1 stone. The next was the Advent Retreat. It was a virtual Advent Retreat. It was given by Sister Diane, Sister John Paul, and Sister Pauline. The subject was Advent with Mary, Virgin, and Mother. The retreat was a great success. It was virtual, but everyone kind of learned a lot, and we wanted to thank the sisters, Father Zig and Father Matt, for giving us such a special Advent retreat. We had no meetings the latter part of 2020, but going forward in 2021, we're planning a ministry Easter food drive, whereby we'll take the food to Hope House, because they were very appreciative of our last food drive, and that will be on Saturday, March the 20th. More information on that will be sent out. Then we will, once again, as we have done in past years, St. Monica's will be collecting items and gift cards for the boys at St. Peter's. There's 6 boys there. They're ages 17 and 18, and I will be delivering them there the week before Easter, but more information will also come on that. The last thing is St. Monica's is trying to put together a family Easter egg hunt, which will be on 12 noon on Saturday, March the 27th. It will be outside and around the church. There'll be prizes and surprises. You have to wear a mask and socially distance, but there'll be more to come on that. Due to COVID-19, There will be no renewal of marriage vows. Also, there will be no St. Patrick's Day dinner, and there'll be no meetings until further notice. I think that's it from me. If anyone has any questions or needs to get a hold of me, you have my number, and you also have my email address. So just give me a call or email me anytime.
Thank you, Pat. And now we're going to go to Pat Degnam. You know, Pat is the president of we have a new title now for the Rosary Society. It's the Sacred Heart of Jesus St. Cecilia Rosary Society, since it's a society that's made up of members from both parish communities. So, Pat, if you can maybe talk to us a little bit about what the Rosary Society has planned for the next month or so.
We're hoping to have our Lenten retreat sometime in March on a Saturday. It will also be a virtual event. And there will be a few people that would be in the church basement. It's not going to be, there's not going to be any charge for it. It will be live streamed, thanks to Father Matt. And as soon as we have the person that's going to be doing the retreat, we'll let you know. I have email addresses for most of you, and I also have phone numbers for those I don't have email addresses. And we're looking forward to being able to do something religious for the Lenten season.
And I know, Pat, that this past Advent, when we did the retreat virtual, that it was most successful. As a matter of fact, I remember Father Matt telling me that we had double the amount of people, if not triple the amount of people watching online than we did in previous times in person. Although our retreats, in-person retreats for Advent and Lent, have been very successful, which about 35 to 40 people, which in past years was not that. So it's been growing in popularity for the last couple of years. But to know that we had, over 100 people viewing the retreat virtually in December is something that we can be proud of. Yeah. So again, information will be forthcoming in the bulletin. So just take a look at the bulletin. And then last but not least is Jim Gallagher, who is the president of our Men's Society. And so, Jim, you can talk to us a little bit now.
All right, thank you, Father, and hello, everyone. Just to kind of follow Pat's segment of looking at things that we did last year. We didn't do too much in the Men's Society last year. We did have a coat drive there in October, and it was fairly successful. It was about 3 or 4 of us bagged up several of us that bagged up clothes, and 3 or 4 of us drove them down to Market Street Mission, and we each had about 4 or 5 bags each. So that was on 2 different weekends. So it was pretty successful, and we did help out during the decoration of the church for Christmas and taking down the decorations here earlier this month. For the next year, we don't have anything planned immediately. We did secure the date of December 11th for our fish and chips dinner, which we had to cancel the December one. Hopefully by December of 2021, everything will be back to close to normal. And we'll assist in the food drive as needed, as Pat had mentioned. I have been sending out emails to all our members just to encourage us to attend Mass the second Saturday of each month, which is our normal meeting time. And so if you're able to make that, that's fine, and we'll take it from there. We do have a project we're going to try and see what we can do on February the 13th, try and put a little finishing oil on the pews upstairs to shine them up a little bit, because of all the cleaning that goes on after every Mass. It's kind of wearing down the finish on there. So we'll see if that makes any difference. If it doesn't, well, then something else will be looked at. But that's about it.
I think that's a good project, for the men to be engaged in, as you say, with the sanitizing that we do after every Mass. That it is starting to have an effect on the woodwork upstairs. So I'm most grateful to the men who will be, tackling that particular project on Saturday, the 13th. So that's what we wanted to do. We just wanted to share information to you, update you on some of the things that we have in mind. You're going to see more information about them in the Sunday Bulletin, of course. I hope, too, that all of our people are signed up on Flocknote, because Flocknote is another venue that we use in order to share information. So we're going to try to make sure that we use all of these communication tools that we have at our disposal to make sure that you're well informed of some of the opportunities that we have here at St. Cecilia's that you might be able to participate in, that we're sharing these dates with you so that you might be able to add them to your family calendar, and that we might be able to keep our parish alive through these very difficult times of the pandemic. And again, I'm just most grateful to the society heads, to Pat Zayak, to Pat Degnan, and to Jim Gallagher for their help and for their leadership. So with all of that said, I just want to say thank you to Father Matt also for videotaping this for us, and hope to see all of you in church. And don't forget, we have Mass at the cemetery on Sundays at 12:15. However, you have to subscribe to Flocknote, because that is how we communicate to you whether or not we are going to have the Mass on that particular Sunday or not, because of other conditions. Again, God bless you. See you in church.